Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the video. As either you could probably tell by the title and whatnot, we are going to be working on a kit. A Xray scx. Yes, I've already opened it. I bought it from my local hobby shop. Had to wait for a good few minutes to get it shipped here, so might as well open it up and whatnot. Show you the unboxing. If I can get my fingers in it. And yes, like I did say, I already opened it. I wanted to make sure I had everything that was needed for it. Open it up right here. Let's see what you get exactly. You get a serial number, which is interesting. Nevertheless, I've never had that in a kit, and I've put a few kits together beforehand. Instruction manual. And you get a couple of stickers in there. Ooh, hit the camera there. I apologize. Yep. And you get the rest of the baggies right there. I'm guessing 03 means bag 03. I'm still kind of trying to learn this kit. But from what it looks like, this bag is, I want to say rear, probably the rear. Shocks. Front, from what it looks like. Yeah, probably the front. And we got the slipper clutch. Diff housing probably too, rear diff housing. The oils, which some of these I am not going to be using. I'm going to be using some of my other oils, which are right over there. You can see. Diff, which is very interesting. I thought it was very interesting the fact that this is kind of graphite, not a metal diff. Hey, to each their own. And then this right here is the it's got some arms. That might be the rear bulkhead, if you really want to call it that. Chassis stuff, braces and all that. Springs in a separate bag. That is interesting. Baggage right now is falling apart on me and the pile that I have on my right side. And then we have some little tidbits. I'll call it that. Bearings. And of course, the main thing, the chassis. The aluminum T6 aluminum chassis. Very, very lightweight, I must say. But right now, we are just going to put all this baggage stuff in here and whatnot. I'm going to get this all set up. So, I guess we should get started. Alright, and now we're back. Got done fully building the kit. It's a pretty good kit, I must say. Everything went pretty smoothly. Instructions and manual were pretty good. Very detailed, very colored, I must say. throughout the whole entire build, even though I kind of wish they were a little bit more color-coded correctly and told you exactly what parts were what, but overall, it's not the best manual I ever had. I think the Traxxas manual was probably better, in my opinion. Everyone's got their own opinion, but overall, pretty good manual. I had a worse manual than that. I will. Way worse manual. Concerns of during the build. The rear shock tower. So this rear shock tower right here. If camera can focus. When you put this shock tower on, it's like the last thing you do for the rear suspension. So basically you put in the stuff for the arms, the bumper, and then you put the transmission on, and then this bumper right here is in your way, and you're trying to get these two bottom screws while you're trying to put the rear tower on. My advice to everyone is to probably just put the shock tower on the transmission before you bolt it to the chassis itself. So that's my advice. The other one is the long screws that it comes with. Another piece of advice would probably be either use power tools if you want to for those long screws, but don't, like jot them down to like the last breath or something like that. When you get close to the bottom, take a hand tool and do it that way. Me, the whole entire build, I used hand tools. I prefer hand tools over power tools just for safety's sake. The last thing I want to do is strip out a screw or a bolt or something in that nature. Next thing was I had missing washers for the steering linkage. So I believe it was, yeah, these guys right here, I believe. So I had missing washers. Let's see if I can get in the camera right there. Right here for this steering linkage right here, the one I'm moving right there. And if I screwed those in way too far, it was going to interfere with the steering. So now it just kind of flops there due to the fact that this is just a little kind of your normal buckle thing that goes in the hole. I forget what you exactly call those. But overall, pretty amazed with the kit. Very, very tunable suspension setups you can do with this thing. Luckily, Xray is pretty decently detailed in their instructions. Is there anything else I forgot? Oh yeah. I don't know if I put that in there or not. I took those two screws out for a reason, because usually there's 4 screws in total putting down that shock tower. Even Xray says easy to get transmission. Well, obviously you got to take this whole part off, and then you got to take these 4 screws off as well. And then the top of the diff housing comes out. So that's your diff housing, like right there where I'm pointing at. See if I can, ooh, sorry about that. Right there. I think that's pretty much it. Probably another thing is when you put on the shocks, probably wise to use a tool like this. Use this side right here. So that way when you're screwing in all the way, my tools did not have that long of length that I could have a bolt going all the way through and then connect to the certain part. So I had to adapt and improvise over that. Overall though, I am pretty impressed with the kit. Probably next video, will probably be this thing with all the electronics in it, and a body shell and tires and whatnot, and maybe some runtime footage. There we go. And yeah, I think that's about it. And if you like what you saw, don't be afraid to like and subscribe. We're all friends here, and as always, have a good one.